so much for joining us on our next Pajama Jam. My name is Lauren Corcoran Emmerich, and I am here running our sound for our amazing performer today, Franklin. Franklin, how do you pronounce your last name?
Mosley.
Franklin Mosley. So Franklin is here, and he's going to share some fantastic music with you. I'm so excited for us to get started. So if you just want to go ahead and hit that share button and share with your friends, start a watch party if you want to, and later on we'll post a link for those that if you feel the urge to give to our music program and to here at Coraopolis United Methodist Church, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So go ahead and hit share, and we're going to start here in just a few moments.
Thank you so much, Lauren, for doing that introduction. I'm posting our link right now for those of you who feel the urge to give. It's so easy. All you have to do... Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Brian. I'm music director here. If you haven't seen me before, I'm sure some of you are tired of seeing me. That's okay. We're going to keep these recitals going for as long as we're in quarantine, and who knows, maybe even longer, because we're having a blast doing these. So I've just posted our link. It's www.coraopolisumc.org/give. And once you get to that link, all you need to do is select from the drop-down menu music, if you would like to help sustain these recital series, or just give to our general fund. You can also select special. Right now, we currently do not have a jam drive or a serial drive going on, but we're still in our pajamas for our pajama jams. You might notice that Franklin's pajamas are very similar to the ones I wore last week. What can I say? Good taste just happens. He's got some Golden Girls pajamas on. Different top, which I respect, but my top was a little more bright with the hot pink. But Franklin, I'm going to get out of the way here, and why don't you come up and we'll tell folks a little bit about you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Franklin, we mentioned earlier in the week that you're from the middle of the state?
Yeah, South Central PA.
South Central PA, so Carlisle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is Carlisle known for? Anything in particular?
The car show. We've played a part in the Revolutionary War. It's the home of Motley Pitcher. George Washington paid us a visit once upon a time. It's the home of Jim Thorpe. Did I say that already?
Oh, no.
Jim Thorpe. Let's see. Dickinson College. A School of Law. Carlisle's also known for that. But mostly it's known for the car show.
The car show.
Yeah.
Okay, so any famous singers or vocalists from there? Other than you?
You're too kind. No, not that I can think of, but I do know a lot of fabulous singers back home.
Wonderful,
yes.
wonderful. Well, we are so glad to have you. You've prepared a program, a varied program. We're going to start off with some Handel, and I'm multitasking here. If you're at home watching, you can very easily, and Franklin, I invite you to, if you would like, you can just click share, and that will get our audience a little wider here. I'm just going to share it to a couple more pages, and then we will get ready to roll with some Handel. All right, shall we?
Let's.
Crowd into a shade.
shall crowd into a shade. Trees where you sit shall crowd into a shade.
Just beautiful, Franklin.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for that.
Thank you.
Now, earlier you were saying that you had some prior experiences with Handel.
Yes.
So where have you sung Handel?
Well, the first place was in my church back home, Allison United Methodist. They used to do a Handel's Messiah sing-along for the Christmas season. When I was a graduate student at Boston University, I also guest soloed for a couple of the Messiah sing-alongs there in that area as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So your love affair for Handel goes way back.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
Yeah.
does. Back to high school, actually.
Back to high school.
Yes.
Wow. Now, you mentioned grad school. You went to
Boston University.
Boston University. Wonderful. And when did you graduate?
I graduated from there in 2016.
2016. And what are you currently doing here in Pittsburgh? Because now Pittsburgh is your home, correct?
Yes, it is. So during the day, I work as a receptionist for a nonprofit organization. And then my evenings and weekends, I spend making music. So I sing in the chorus for the Pittsburgh Opera. I sing for the chorus of Mount Lebanon United Lutheran Church. I've been known to make frequent appearances with Aria 412, which is a wonderful recital group based in Pittsburgh. I've done some music directing as well for the Heritage Players of Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
Working with the youth, music directing, playing piano. So, when I'm not at the desk, I'm managed to keep myself busy doing many other musical things.
Wonderful. And you mentioned Pittsburgh Opera, which is actually how we got connected
Absolutely.
through our dear friend Katie,
Katie.
who is right back there.
Absolutely. A treasure and an angel.
I jokingly said I'm going to rename this the Katie Williams Concert Series because she keeps giving me great people.
I wouldn't be upset about that.
Katie enriched themselves and then their daughter last week and
Yes.
now you. It's wonderful to have you with us.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
We're so glad. So our next piece it comes from the old school of Rodgers and Hammerstein, some South Pacific, right? Some Enchanted Evening?
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes, let's. Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know even then that somewhere you'll see her again and again. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing. You may hear her laughing across a crowded room, and night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her call you
favorite style to sing?
Um, oh wow. You know, I really love gospel music.
Gospel?
That's what I grew up singing.
Right.
So
You were telling me your earliest roots were music in the church.
Yes, absolutely. So I grew up spending every other day of the week and every other day that wasn't that in church with my grandparents. And so I sang in the choir, and then through the encouragement of my grandfather, I learned to play the piano and the organ. So I became a member of the choir, and I've been singing ever since. So I sing throughout school, but I got my start singing in church.
Excellent. And what was it exactly that made you decide, this is what I want to do with my life?
Well, I come from a line of singers, not necessarily people that have decided to pursue it. My mother is a gifted vocalist, and my grandmother was a gifted vocalist, but they were people that sang for fun. But I, for some reason, felt that if I could put myself in a place where I could use my gift to reach out to the community, to not only entertain but uplift, I would figure out a way to do that. So that was why I decided to study the arts.
Awesome. Really wonderful. Well, and I love what you said about reaching out to people and trying to make an impact. That's one thing we do here very well. We have a big partnership with the CCD, which is time for a commercial break, if you haven't noticed. So I just slid that right in there. Our next project with the CCD is actually going to be taking over 2 plots with a community garden. We're growing tomatoes and lettuce to help feed the greater Coriopolis community. Church, you received an email from me about that earlier this morning, and there's a Facebook post out about it. Do you garden much?
My apartment doesn't have the space to do that, but I've been known to, yes.
Okay, I noticed a little trepidation there. You were like, you didn't know if I was going to ask you to sing a song or pick up a shovel and start digging. But either way, we get through doing what we can.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what we rely upon is people here in the church, which was a very smooth transition to our next song. So good at this, aren't I? People by Julie Stein. Jules Stein, I should say, not Julie. Jules Stein. Anything you want to say about this before you launch into it?
I'm a Barbra Streisand fan. This is one of my favorite songs that she sings, and so when given the opportunity to sing it, I'm going to.
All
and
right,
so,
let's do this thing.
People.
first time I have ever played that piece for anyone. I know. I'm getting looks of shame and horror from Lauren, who is running our camera today. Thank you, Lauren. Shane, sorry you're not here with us. The looks of horror that I'm getting. It's true, I've never played that song. I've never taught it in voice lessons. That's the first time I've ever played it.
Well, today is a wonderful day to start.
Today is a wonderful day.
Absolutely.
You know, it is. It's a wonderful day. It's beautiful outside. Allergies are back.
Boy.
You know, because it was summer 2 days ago and now it's fall.
Yeah.
You know what they say about Pittsburgh? If you don't like the weather, wait 25 minutes.
That's
It'll
about right.
change.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Well, we've got some Gershwin coming up next. A little bit from Shall We Dance?
Yes.
Anything you want to say about this? And might I just say, like, so jazz and Broadway in general, your voice is so well suited to it.
Thank you.
Where do you think that, or how does that come into play with singing classically as well? Is there any carryover vocally in technique or in expression?
I think though there are differences in sound, I try to sing all of my rep with the same amount of technique. It's just all about where you place things, how things are supported. But I honestly, I love musical theater. I love jazz. Grew up listening to a lot of that aside from gospel music growing up. And so there's a certain joy I find singing it. And I think that's why it comes to me, or it sounds as if it comes to me a little easier than some of the other rep. This specific song actually holds a dear place in my heart. My very first voice teacher, her name was Carolyn Dorff. Carolyn. She suggested I sing this song for a cabaret she had put together while I was a high school student. And I hadn't sung it since then. And when invited to pick the repertoire, I stumbled across this, and it was fun to reacquaint myself with an old friend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you sang this back in high school, haven't touched it since then.
Yeah.
Dusted it off just for today.
Absolutely.
That's perfect. Let's do this thing,
All
shall we?
right, let's. Our romance won't end on a sorrowful note, though by tomorrow you're gone. The song is ended, but as the songwriter wrote, the melody lingers on. No, they can't take that away from me.
Nice. So much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
So much fun. Once again, here we are today with Franklin Mosley, our wonderful bass vocalist, brought to us through our dear friends Katie and Rich Williams. You sing together with Katie and Rich in the Pittsburgh Opera.
I do.
What was one of your favorite opera performances that you've done with them?
So I've only lived in Pittsburgh for a couple of years, and I'd have to say my favorite course I've done so far was Moby Dick. That was a blast. It was like singing the soundtrack to an epic movie. There was some really glorious choral moments in that, and it was also my first opera with the Pittsburgh Opera. So that was a very pivotal moment to be able to step onto stage at the Benedum and that be your first piece of the Pittsburgh Opera. Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Moby Dick was by Britain?
That's Jake Heggie.
Oh, okay. What am I? I'm thinking of Billy Budd.
Yes, I was not here for Billy Budd, but
You were not
Pittsburgh
here for
Opera
Billy
has done Billy Budd.
Okay, yeah, I saw Billy Budd, and I'm conflating the two.
Yes.
It must be that whole men
The
on
boat.
the ship thing.
Yes.
The boat.
The boat.
It's the boat. It's the boat. Yeah, I did not get to see Moby Dick, but
Oh, you missed a wonderful time. You missed some
wonderful
glorious
things about
Yes.
it. Yeah, some really huge numbers for the men's chorus. Right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and beyond barbershop. I mean, not just 4 or 8 part, but like 16 part,
16
you know,
part
harmonies. But it was a great time. Great
Yeah,
time. Very
that's-
percussive, very aggressive, but overall a really good time.
Wonderful, wonderful. Our next piece is kind of operatic as well. It's still coming from musical theater,
Yeah.
but perhaps the most unmistakable melody from Man of La Mancha,
Yes.
to Dream the Impossible Dream.
Absolutely.
And doesn't it kind of seem like we're all kind of dreaming for that impossible dream of just getting rid of the social distancing?
Just getting
and
out of the house.
Getting out of the house. Isn't it nice to make music, though?
It really is. It's very refreshing, and I hope that you out there watching are enjoying yourselves this afternoon. But yes, it is very refreshing to be out of the house and making music.
Yes, it is. It's so important, and that's one thing that we decided when we decided to keep these things going. It's primarily just to keep people happy, gives people something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And I got to tell you, I woke up this morning so excited to do this recital because all of this music is so great. You
so
sing
glad
it
to hear
so well.
Thank you.
It's effortless. It's just so much fun.
You're
So
too kind.
thank you once again for being here. We're going to bring you Man of La Mancha, The Impossible Dream.
Alrighty. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach
Tim are running for us today, and I took a vote. You're invited back anytime to sing for us on Sunday mornings.
You're too kind.
Anytime. We would love to have you. Speaking of Sunday mornings, you're going to bring us two spirituals to close out today's recital. If you've liked what you've heard, we implore you, please share. We want to get this out to as many people as possible. So if you see the little red button that says live, that means you're watching the live broadcast. You can very easily just share by clicking share or start a watch party. This will be hosted on the church page afterwards for all eternity. So you're immortalized.
Well, good. I'll take it.
You're immortalized.
What a way to be remembered.
If you've liked what you've heard, make sure you share that. If you feel it in your heart to give to support these recitals, there is a link that I posted early on in the comments. It's just www.coriopolisumc.com/give. We covet your giving, and we appreciate it so much. We've had so many generous donations to keep these recitals going, so it's really been heartwarming, and it's just been such a joy to see what everybody's bringing. Guess who we have coming next week? You have no idea. Which I'm just trying to make you guess. Anybody? I'm kidding. Don't guess. Okay. Next week, we have a fantastic violinist, Miss Dawn Posey, co-founder of the Casilla Ensemble. Brilliant violinist. She plays all over the Pittsburgh region and is part of the Wheeling Symphony and has performed all over the place. So Dawn, we can't wait to have you here next week. The following week, we've got Timmy Marquette from Point Park University.
I do know Tim. Yes, wonderful.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. The week after that, I'm trying to remember who we have. We're booked all the way. Oh, Charlene Canty is coming on June 10th. And then Ellen, you and I have to talk because some things got screwed, but then we have a four-hand piano recital by Ellen Fast and myself. So we've got some great performances lined up. It's going to be great.
That's great. Charlotte's singing on my birthday. What a wonderful treat.
Oh, there you go. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're so excited to keep these recitals going every Wednesday at 12:15. Let's close out this thing, shall we?
Let's.
All right, the next piece is a beautiful spiritual. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, and this is set by the late Moses Hogan, gone far too soon. Moses Hogan passed away at, I believe, age 43 or 44.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Very, very young. And what a travesty, because our church choir here does so many of his spiritual settings, and we love them dearly. And it's just amazing to think the wealth of knowledge that went with this man when he passed at such an early age. Such wonderful interpretations of spirituals, and an expert at choral arranging, and just amazing. So let's bring Motherless Child.
Amen. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long ways from home, a long ways from home. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm
just in time for the lawn care to be done. We were worried about that when we opened the windows, folks, but it was a little warm in the church today. So we're going to hurry up and get this last one done before they get too close to the church. Once again, thank you so much. Brian Sable, Director of Music here, joined by Franklin Mosley, our new friend. We're going to have Franklin back here some Sunday morning to worship with us and to bring us some great music and solo with our choir. By the way, we have 3 choirs here. I don't know if I told you that. 3 choirs and a handbell choir. Coriopolis United Methodist Church has a very rich and robust musical program with amazing singers and vocalists. So if you've liked what you've heard, we ask you to just click on the Give button and share a few dollars our way. Every little bit helps to keep these recitals going, and we're going to keep them going at least until June 10th, maybe even longer. Who knows, maybe until September. I just need to meet more people. Let's do this last number, shall we? My good Lord's done been here. Listen to how close that lawnmower is. You know what? Lauren's going to go close the windows. So Franklin, why don't you tell us 3 interesting facts about yourself in the meantime?
Well, I also play the piano and the organ. I'm a really good home cook, and
He's a good dancer.
And I've been told I'm a good dancer. Thank you,
Oh,
Katie.
there you go. What's your favorite type of food to cook?
Comfort food, soul food
Oh,
specifically.
yes.
My grandparents are from the South. My family has Southern roots, so anything that would be worthy of a Sunday dinner.
Yes,
I'm down.
I throw down with some soul food.
Absolutely.
Love some greens.
Absolutely.
Secret to good greens, Methodists don't pay attention. Can of beer. You throw a can of beer in with your greens, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Grandma, I would never.
Well, we'll have to compare recipes. Do you use a turkey neck?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay, there we go. Let's do this.
My good Lord's done been here, blessed my soul and gone away. My good Lord's done been here, blessed my soul and gone. And never did I think that he was so high, blessed my soul and gone. He spoke and he made me laugh and cry, bless my soul and gone. My good Lord's done been here, blessed my soul and gone away. My good Lord's done been here, blessed my soul and gone. Sinner, better mind how you walk on the cross, bless my soul and gone. Your foot might slip and your soul get lost, bless my soul and gone. My good Lord's done been here, bless my soul and gone away. My good Lord's done been here, blessed my soul and gone. My good Lord's done been here, blessed my soul and gone away. My good Lord's done been here and he's blessed my soul, blessed my soul, blessed my soul and gone.
All right. Franklin, what a joy it was to have you with us today. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you so very much for having me. It has been a pleasure and a joy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Tune in next week for an amazing recital by violinist Don Posey. Promise you will not be disappointed.